Yellow. Today is all about bananas. You know them, you love them. They're one of the most affordable fruits and you can buy them for pennies. We're gonna make crispy, fried, delicious fritters, a visually appealing and oh so tasty pudding, and a gooey, rich, upside down cake. It's a game-changing ingredient in baking and cooking that's gonna save us bunches of money. Bananas have appeal. So let's get cooking. Life can be a struggle, but a good meal doesn't have to be. We can make creative, nutritious, and inventive dishes that won't break the bank. We'll eat well and save money, because that's what we do. Welcome to Struggle Meals. Banana corn fritters, that's what we're making right now. Super cool because it's a savory banana recipe. What is a fritter? Well, it's a little fried patty, and it's absolutely delicious. We're gonna top it with a chutney, and that's what we're gonna make right now. We're gonna start with this onion. We're just gonna dice it up. We're putting some oil in the pan, and we're gonna come right in with our onions. Let's get some jalapeno in there. The spiciest part of the jalapenos are the seeds and the white veins on the inside. They're still really spicy without those. Let's add a little bit of salt. We've got some crushed coriander seeds, cumin. We're also gonna add some red pepper flakes from the packet drawer, which of course means that this flavor is free. Beautiful. Let's stir this around real quick. Make sure the heat's not too hot here. The spices are really delicate. We don't want to burn them. We just want to wake them up. A chutney is savory, but it also has sweet and sour elements to it. The sweet element here is the pineapple. We're going to cut off this end right here. We're going to spin it. We're going to cut off this end straight down. We put our pineapple on the flat side, and we start working our way down the sides, cutting the skin off. We want pretty small pieces here. So I've cut into levels this way. So we're gonna come straight down this way. I'm looking for like 1/4 inch cubes. So pineapple's going in. All right, so we're gonna mix our pineapple around right here, and the liquid of the pineapple is gonna deglaze the pan. Look at how nice and clean it is on the bottom. So now that that's deglazed, I can turn the pan back up a little bit, at least until the pineapple reduces down. So the banana is the star of the show here. We're also gonna add it to our chutney. And if you've got a slightly green on the outside banana or just ready to eat, it's perfect, just because it's gonna be easier to cut. So I'll just cut our banana in half first, and then we'll slice it this way, like that, and we'll come boom, boom, and now we can just get our cubes. Bananas going in. They should cook at the same rate. Keep them the same size. But the real fun starts now with the sweet and sour additions we're about to add. This is what makes the chutney sing from the heights of the Himalayas. I know it's a savory topping, but we're putting in sugar. And now, to balance out that sugar, we're gonna put a whole bunch of vinegar. All right, we got white vinegar. And now we can turn the heat all the way up again because we're gonna be adding so much liquid. Here we go. Let's just add like another depth of sweetness to the sugar by going to the packet drawer and grabbing some honey. All right, so this is just gonna simmer away. Let's go to the main event, which are our banana corn fritters. Flour. We're just looking for like a thick pancake batter right here. We're gonna come in with a little salt. We're gonna add baking powder. This is gonna lift the fritters, make them light and airy. So let's get our wet ingredients. We're gonna start with some eggs. Whisk this up real quick. I like to use a Struggle Whisk 7500 because it doesn't incorporate too much air into the egg. We've got half and half here. This is gonna mellow out the spiciness, which is great. Now, the wet and the dry come together. Beautiful. So we're looking for like thick pancake consistency here. But remember, we haven't added our corn or our bananas yet. So those are gonna make everything a little bit more chunky. So we'll do just as we did before. We'll come the long way, go flat side down, and then we'll make our chunks. Bananas going in. Scallions work so well with anything savory. Coming in with our frozen corn. All right, mixing. Look at that, beautiful. We're ready to make our fritters. Take a 1/3 cup measure here. We deposit, and then we just flatten it ever so slightly. The oil should visually and orally sound and look like it's hot. You wanna maintain that oil temperature, right? So we're looking for 2 or 3 minutes on each side or until they're golden brown. Once you start seeing that golden coming up the edge, then you can come in, take the fork right here, and that's just gonna help. Boom. Not too fussy, not too difficult. Fritters are looking great. Look at that. Let's go right onto some paper towel to absorb the excess oil. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of salt fresh out of the fryer because that's always the best time to do it. Let's just do another batch real quick. Look at these. They are beautiful. The corn and scallions really make for some nice color on the inside. I think that's really cute. Okay, so just a little bit of salt. All right, our chutney is nice and thick. Let's add a little bit of sriracha from the packet drawer. It's gonna give us a little more color and a little more heat. The chutney should be both savory and spicy. We're also gonna add some cilantro to this. It's gonna freshen everything up. I planted my cilantro in my herb garden. That means I paid for it months ago. All I have to do is keep it alive, and it keeps giving me delicious herbs for free. So we'll just take some cilantro and just kind of go like this right here. Let's plate these up. 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna put the chutney right on top because it's amazing. So there we go. Chutney right on top. Whew. So they look beautiful, they smell fantastic, and they come in at $1.14 per serving. That's a really low price and a great use of bananas. Let's see how they taste. The fritter is savory and fantastic. I know there's banana in there, but it's not overpowering. And then we've got this sweet and sour banana pineapple chutney on top that's just given us the 1-2 punch that ties the whole thing together. More banana recipes coming up right after this. They're gonna be sweet. Nature has delivered bananas in an individually wrapped, convenient package. What's that, you say? We can do things to slow down, speed up, or even stop the ripening process so the banana's ready when you are? Bananas are social. They come in a bunch, and if you want them to ripen slowly, keep them that way. If you want to speed it up, throw them a little party and throw in some friends like apples, peaches, and pears because they all release a gas that will expedite the ripening process. And if the banana's perfectly ripe, but you're not yet ready, put it in the fridge. Spoiler alert, the outside's gonna turn brown. That's just the peel. The inside won't ripen any further. When slicing a banana, sprinkle a little lemon or pineapple juice on it so it doesn't turn brown. If you want to make a deposit into your banana savings account, peel them, break them apart, and freeze them so you can use them later. Fun fact, this is not the bottom of the banana. When it's growing, this is actually the top. Peeling the banana from the so-called bottom is actually a less messy and easier way to get at the fruit. Just pinch and peel. We're gonna make banana pudding, which is a delicious layered dessert of pudding, bananas, cookies, pudding, banana, cookies, whipped cream. And take the whole recipe up a notch by setting it on fire. Bananas foster, they're intense. They're gonna be so good in our banana pudding. We got some milk here. We're gonna put it in a pan. We're gonna make it warm. We are cracking some eggs. Oh yeah, and we're separating them because we want just the yolks for this recipe. We're just sort of passing the yolk back and forth between our fingers, which are slightly spread apart. All right, we're gonna take these whites and we're gonna save them for the omelet that I'm having tomorrow morning. I might just put bananas in it. Let's whisk up these yolks. Very nice. So we're gonna make our cornstarch slurry with the egg yolks. Let's incorporate all that cornstarch. So now the cornstarch is completely incorporated into the eggs, and that means no matter what liquid we have, we're not gonna have clumpy cornstarch. Adding cream. Here we go. Coming in with our sugar, coming in with some salt. All right, so we got sugar, we got cream, we got our cornstarch mixed into the egg yolks. We've got a nice homogeneous mixture here. We don't want our eggs to scramble, so we've got to temper them. That means we bring the temperature up slowly rather than quickly heating. Best way to do that is with a ladle and some warm milk. And we just stir while pouring in the hot milk until it brings the temperature up a bit. You don't want them to scramble. Now we're gonna do the inverse. We're gonna pour our egg mixture into the milk while moving the milk, so there's no shock to the system. So now the heat's gonna work with the cornstarch and start to thicken this slowly. The gentlest simmer is what we're looking for. I mean, you can start to see how thick it's getting. I'd say this looks great. Even if you did the absolute best job you possibly can tempering the eggs, sometimes you get little bits of lumpiness. And if you've got a sieve to put it through, it's just gonna bring you right back to smooth, smooth, smooth. We're gonna add in some vanilla now. We'll just mix that right in. Ho, 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 ho. Freaking beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, we can see. I'm putting plastic wrap on top of the pudding so it doesn't form a skin. And I'm just gonna leave it out on the counter right here like this until it cools down enough for me to put it in the fridge. It's time for the banana part of our banana pudding. And that, of course, means making bananas foster, which starts with 2 packets from the honey drawer. And put our honey into our pan. Gonna add a little butter to this. Some brown sugar as well. So that's gonna come together and melt. Great. Let's cut up some bananas. We wanna get as many bananas into the pan as we possibly can, but we also want them to be in one single layer. Let's get some bananas into our sugary, buttery sauce. Let's just flip these bananas over very gently, one at a time. We don't want to overcook it. We want them to keep their shape. They will disintegrate otherwise. We're gonna add a little rum to this. It's gonna give us a deep, dark, rich flavor. It's also gonna add for a whole bunch of excitement. We wanna be extra safe. So we pull the rum away from our fire and we add the rum to our bananas. And then, in an act of controlled combustion, we will light it. There we go. But the alcohol is burning off. So we're just gonna get the rich distilled flavor of rum alcohol-free. And when that combines with the sugar, butter, honey, and bananas, whew, alcohol's burned off once you see no more flame. You know, I'm getting that like oaky barrel aroma from the rum, which is alcohol-free now. Oh, forget about it. While these cool down, let's make some whipped cream. And I'm gonna employ the brand new whipped cream maker that I've got. My arm. So you just start with some cold, heavy whipping cream, put it right into a bowl. No big deal. And then with a whisk, you just start whipping the air into it. And I wish it were more exciting than this, but this is really all it is. Some people add sugar to their whipped cream. I think we've got a lot of sweetness happening between the bananas and the pudding. So I'm just gonna go pure whipped cream. Plain, simple, delicious. The cream has been whipped. Now let's crush up our cookies. And the easiest way to crush up cookies is to put them into a bag so you can see them. I like to leave it a little bit open on the side, and then you can just use the back of your bowl and crush them up. So I'm using some vanilla wafers here. They're delicious, but you can use any little crunchy kind of cookie. This looks ready. We've got all the components to make our banana pudding, so now we assemble. All right, I'm coming in with my cookies, coming in with my pudding, coming in with my bananas. So now we do the whole thing again. Coming in with another layer of cookies, another layer of pudding, final layer of bananas, some whipped cream. Beautiful. Tiny little bit of cookie here. Beautiful. Wow. It's $1.87 a serving. You can see all the layers. It's very aesthetically pleasing, and I love that it is an individual portion for moi. Let's dig in. All right, let's go through the fossil record. Look at that. Ah! We got our banana, we got our pudding, we got our cookie crumble, we've got our whipped cream. The whole gang is here. The pudding is smooth and luxurious. And then the banana flavor hits you. Is this a banana that came off of a pirate ship and lasted 500 years fermenting into something amazing? The flavor is intense, and this is very clearly a banana pudding once you hit those flambéed bananas. Then you get to the cookie crumble, and you're like, ooh, who are these guys in there? And then finally, we've got the whipped cream. Airy, fluffy, light, and the perfect addition to the pudding and bananas. Holy smokes. Make this. Stay tuned for another banana dessert coming up. It's time for a struggle challenge. Let's see how bananas your ideas are. Boom, I'm drawing a blank. What can I do with overripe bananas that isn't banana bread? Great question, Melvin. Let's see what we've got in here. Huh, overripe bananas. Woo! These bananas are overripe, but they still have appeal. All right, so we've obviously got overripe bananas. Let's look around the kitchen and see what else we've got. The fridge is pretty bare. We've got milk, we've got eggs, we've got butter. So obviously the pancake route is a possibility. Yeah, I see walnuts, I see sugar, I see maple syrup. I think we're making banana pancakes. We got our oats and we got our flour. We've got some walnuts we can put in there. All right, we better get started. We've got some really ripe bananas here. The doughy fruit of the Amazon. But I'm thinking that the bananas have such a doughy and strong structure that they can be the flour. We're coming in with an egg. All right, we're putting some milk here. I'm just going with eyeball feel, people. Just a little bit of oats here. I like walnuts and bananas. I'm just gonna crush them. I'm gonna salt this. And let's see what happens. I think I need to make this a little bit thicker. A little flour, a little baking powder. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not very good at measuring things. Mixing it around. We've got a pan. We've got fire. Try to get 3 pancakes here. 2, 3. That's all I'm thinking we get a regular yellow banana and try to visually show what you're about to sink your teeth into, yeah? And I think an exciting, extreme bias is the way to do it. The question is, do we need a fried egg? I'm doing it. Pancake, a little bit of butter, and another one, a little more butter, another one. Man, those are hot. Second batch of banana pancakes, here we go. I'm actually starting to see this happen. So I'm gonna put a crown of bananas around the perimeter to sort of try to re-centralize the center and hold that butter in there. Very nice. Now in this triangle of banana love, we can pour a little bit of maple syrup. So just a bit, just a touch. We got another pancake here. Got some more banana. Egg. Breaking the yolk. Yes. It's pretty. They're all roughly the same size. There's a lot of flowing liquids, which I think is really sexy. So I'm gonna give it an 8. I think it's really nice on the looks. So I'm gonna cut this in half here. Yes. I think it should have an 8.5 because that's beautiful. Ooh, savory. Yum. You know, my first bite was like really banana bready, and then the second and third tasted like pancakes with a ton of banana. On taste, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. It's a good pancake. It's not the best pancake I've ever had. So we got 8.5 and 6.5, and that brings, it's basically a 15. So coming full circle, when I think of these overripe bananas and any baked good, it's always gonna be reminiscent of banana bread. I think the way to avoid this conundrum is to peel those bananas as they're overripe or as they're becoming overripe, freeze them, and then you can make daiquiris and alcoholic adult beverages and smoothies if you have a blender. And that way you're not making a baked good and it's nowhere near banana bread. Thank you for this challenge. Ring, ring. Oh, what's that? We're making a gooey chocolate banana cake, and we're gonna do it upside down style, which means we can cut up some bananas, put it in the bottom of the pan, and then when you invert it, the bananas are gonna be on top. It's gonna look super cool. We're gonna start with a sweet topping. So, come in with butter. We're gonna come in with some brown sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, some salt. We're also gonna add 2 packets of honey from the package drawer. This is gonna be that dark brown, sugary, syrupy, amazing top. Once it's melted, you can kill the heat. These are our showcase bananas, so we definitely want nice ones. So basically, I'm cutting into thirds the long way. So we're gonna start with our buttery, sugary topping. I've got some parchment paper in here, so it inverts nicely. All right, get our bananas in. So it's really important that we put the cut side down because that's what's gonna be the top. Beautiful. We're gonna set this aside while we make the cake batter. All right, we're gonna start with our dry ingredients first. Got some flour here. Coming in with baking powder, baking soda, coming in with salt, mixing our flour, our baking soda, our baking powder, our salt, setting this aside. Boom. Wet ingredients. And we're gonna start with bananas. Banana, the Banana Masher 7500 Bronze Edition. If you got a more ripe banana, this is the perfect time because they're gonna get all mashed up. Adding granulated sugar, adding brown sugar, melted butter, milk. We're gonna put in 1 egg. All right, so we mix that up. Wet ingredients are looking good. Let's add our dry to our wet, bringing it together. It's time to pour the batter. Here we go. Very nice. Okay. So we're gonna dollop our hot chocolate fudge right onto the cake like this. And that way, can have all kinds of really nice looking swirls. Each bite's a little different, some more chocolatey than others. So now we're just gonna take a knife. And listen, we don't wanna go all the way to the bottom because we'll disturb the banana. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. It's time to throw this into the oven and we're gonna bake it until a toothpick comes out nice and clean. Man, look at this thing, super impressive. We got all these chocolate swirls and everything. But wait, this is the bottom of the cake, but now's the perfect time to invert this. So it's as simple as 1 hand on the bottom, 1 hand on top, and whoop, just like that. Yes! We've got that amazing caramelized, buttery, sugary topping that we started with. The bananas are laid out in a beautiful manner, and it definitely looks gooey and delicious, does it not? We're cutting a slice. Here we go. So I'm gonna be very gentle. Oh, this is so much cooler than banana bread. Sorry, banana bread, you're just not cool anymore. All right, look Look at that. This is super exciting. Look at it, it's ooey gooey. It looks impressive, and it's only 61 cents a serving. Let's dig in. Here we go. I'm gonna come right here on the front. You can see those chocolate swirls. They're amazing. Summon the jester. Prepare the white elephants. Get the doves ready. King Banana is entering the room. This is how banana cake / bread should be made every single time. First of all, you've got layers of flavor as you're biting through it. This sweet and fatty, sugary topping with pieces of whole banana. Then you've got the ooey gooey center. We dolloped bits of chocolate, swirled it around, so one bite has a little more chocolate than the other bite. And I like that, because I like every bite to be a little bit different. This banana recipe absolutely takes the cake. What a day. We cooked so many things with bananas that it was bananas. We started off with corn and banana fritters with a delicious pineapple and banana chutney. It was bananas! Then we moved on to a banana pudding, which was actually vanilla pudding, but it had layers of bananas Fosters in the middle. And then we made an ooey gooey chocolate banana cake, so much more fun than banana bread. It's one of the cheapest fruits on the planet, and it's ubiquitous. It's everywhere. I mean, they're amazing. They're B-A-N-A-N-A-S, B-A-N-A-N-A-S, B-A... Yellow. Sorry, I gotta take this. Yeah, no, I think it has appeal as well. Welcome to Frankie's Corner, where I untangle your quandaries. What can I do with one overripe banana? I need at least 2 for banana bread. It's a great question. I got a great idea for you. Why don't you make a banana mug cake that you can cook in the microwave? It's perfect for one person. It's perfect for one ripe banana. Or you could peel that banana, cut it into pieces, put it in your freezer, and you can save it for the next time you need a banana.